Thailand. How's it going? Oh, I still got to Love Thailand on there. How come? I didn't change it, I guess. Can I do that while I'm in here? I guess it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, hopefully this is on KoiThaiStyle channel. I'm hoping. I'm sure it is because no one is here yet. So I'm going to start doing live streams in case actually somebody watches this. I think on Wednesdays, once a week. And normally it'll probably be maybe my brother Aaron, Wes, who's from the UK, maybe 3 people, something like that. But for let's see, for here, I guess I'll go. Oh, let's see. Oh, there you go. Hey, brother, and Justin. How could I forget Justin? And thanks for everything, Justin. The guy is phenomenal. I think he's even going to. He sent me a deal. He sent me a new dongle. I had to buy a new dongle because I guess when we downloaded, or when my guy downloaded, he didn't download it correctly, so he couldn't update my firmware. And this is on solar, in case anybody is watching this. It cost me $2,500 and he sent me another one. He already programmed it. I just had to go out there, unplug the other one back in, put in my name and the password, and it was off and running. And he updated all my firmware yesterday. He hasn't asked for a dime, although I've said, whatever, just let me know. And he said he's going to Sisaket on next month. So he said, do you want me to stop by? And I also asked him about the 200 amp hour battery that I got screwed on that no one can seem to fix. He works on batteries too, I guess. So he wants a picture of the battery. I don't know why, but he's 3 hours from here. So what I'm hoping to do is bring it to him next week or whatever, Monday, Tuesdays, take a ride there, 3 hours, spend the night in a hotel, and then drive back in the morning. And then maybe when he comes here to look at my stuff, because I'll have him look at the garage also and program that Power Mister or whatever you want to, Pow Mister, I don't know, whatever it is, program that, make sure that's right. He redid, he said the amps were too high on the charging of the batteries, blah, 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 blah. And thank you very much. Seems like a really, really good guy. Aaron tried to get me. Justin has the same exact 12 kW Lux Power. He's got 2 314 amp hour batteries. He's got everything, just exactly like mine. And this guy, I guess he put it in 2 years ago. And this, is great. The other guy, he's just too busy. He seemed like a really good guy and everything, but so this guy's going to stop by, and like I said, he said maybe he could fix it. I'm going to have him do what the last guy that put the 2 BMSs in the battery that burn up. He says the case is too small, and there's not enough to keep everything cool, and they just overheat. And but he doesn't want to screw with it anymore. I guess he feels bad about the 2 that he made me pay for or whatever. But anyway, what I'm going to have him do is put it in ask him if he can put it in a bigger case, get whatever kind of cooling it needs, and put in a smart BMS. Because this thing just has, the one I have just has a little readout on it that says 50%. That's it. No information, no nothing. Put a good BMS in it, in it, and the batteries and everything should be fine. So I don't know why these people here can't fix it. But anyway, I think I have it under control. He went in, updated all the firmware, changed the charging maximum. He said they were too high, and what it'll do is it'll screw with the batteries and the BMSs on the good batteries that I have. So he redid that, and man, it is just unbelievable. Since we're talking this, I got to show you the new. Let's see. The new software that it came up with, because I asked him how come it doesn't show me PV1 and PV2 the two strings I have. I have 10 panels, 600 watts each on one, and 10 panels of 600 watt on another one. I don't think Justin is here. I think it's just you because I'm only showing one. But anyway, the old program didn't show that. He said you have to go in with your computer and you can see it. And he said, man, your panels are effed, up. And I knew that they were bad, but I didn't realize that they were. Oh, okay. Justin, I didn't realize that they were that bad. Here, I'll show you on the new program. This is the old program. Kind of can see it there. But this is the new program. You can switch between them. This is the new program. It kind of shows a little house and stuff. And when I click on like right now, I'm getting it, it's early in the morning, 1,792 watts, okay, out of 12,000 watts for the panels. And when I click on it, it shows me both. One of them right now, I'm getting 900 out of one set and 800 out of the other. Okay, as it goes on, it'll go up and it'll get to a point before, like between 9 o'clock and noon. Noon, they start to go out and I'll get like 7,000 watts. Okay. But it'll go from PV2 will be, 1,200 watts and PV1 will be 200 watts. So I'm like losing all sorts of power. So he's scheduled to come in, my guy, on the 10th of next month, and probably take him 3 days. He's going to reinforce the cover that is in front of the garage that I parked the trailer under and put 10 panels on there. And then he's going to build me another one next to it in front of the garage door where I'll park my truck and put 10 panels on there. I've already bought the heavy gauge wire to go the 200 meters from the panels to the controller on the side of the house. And then hopefully if he can fix that battery, I only need 200 amp hours in the garage will cover it. It charges, my battery in the garage it was only at 67%. I took one of the 314 amp hour batteries and put it on there because I was with the 100 amp on it overnight. It was going off and I was paying for electricity. God damn, I'm going to knock this cup off. So, but it'll be fully charged by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock this morning, even with just shitty sun, overcast, it'll be charged. So what I'm hoping, 2 batteries, I'd like to have 3 on the house, but 2 batteries I think will bring it down because I paid 9,000 baht for my bill this month, and then 2,500 more or 2,300 more for that shithole out in Ubon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my solar guy, he thinks he knows what's the matter with Ubon. I'm going to have him take this 100 hopefully the way it'll go. This man will fix my 200 amp hour battery. I will put that in the garage. I will take the 100 amp hour from there and hook it up with the other 100 amp hour that I bought for the garage originally that's in Ubon now, and I'll have 200 and 200 in Ubon, which should be plenty. Okay. Again, I'm not confident that they're programmed correctly and they're power misters. So, but I don't care. Like if the next time he's out in the area, I'll just pay him to go to Ubon. I don't care if I had to pay him a whole day's pay, whatever, to go there and just check the programming and make sure the programming's right. The rest of the stuff, when he goes there to put the batteries in, I'm going to go there and stay a week so I can watch what's going on, what my cousin is doing, how much he's using. I know he's using the air conditioner, which is fine. But like I said, he's going to have to keep it up warmer. I want to pay 0 baht to them thieving MFers that wanted 300,000 for a transformer just from me. No. But anyway, so that's the best case scenario. And then hopefully The guy that built me the ones that are in there now, he will build maybe 50,000, 46,000 baht, 45 if I go pick it up. He'll build me a third one. Then I should have absolutely no problem and pretty much zero most the whole year here, like I had originally thought when I designed what I wanted, that never got installed correctly. I knew it was a little partial sun on some. Okay. The guy didn't have any other place to put the panels. If he would have put them on the high roof, we would have never got to them, to clean them and do anything else. But there, it's just horrible. Maybe if I go on for an hour here, I'll bring that program up again and show you when it takes a swing from, one will be at like still short, still not doing good, but like 1,500 watts, and the other one will be at like 300 watts, 10 panels, 300 watts at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's ridiculous. I might as well sit here and burn money, but hopefully I get it straight. But yeah, I'm on the right track. This guy seems really good. Thank God, Justin. He out of the blue, he said, I got a solar too. I knew he had koi, a little pond type thing, and he was interested in koi stuff, but I didn't realize that he was that he had solar. But anyway, on the note of, in case anybody's actually watching this, for koi information, if you're installing, just a little note so that you can realize something. Any pond that you put in that has a bottom drain needs to be flushed. Okay, the bottom drain need to be. What I do is I put that cap. If you saw the one little thing I did on my main pond, if you've got a valve, you just close the valve and then open the valve wide and get a good inrush of stuff into your filter or into your drum, whatever it is, and move some of that bacteria, because the bacteria will want to sit there. Some crap and stuff will sit in there if you're not moving it fast, because a lot of people, the bigger the pipe, the better. No, not necessarily. You should have somebody kind of figure out how many gallons per minute or liters per minute or whatever you need to be moving through a 3-inch pipe, a 4-inch pipe, a 6-inch pipe, whatever, and use the one accordingly. It all depends on how much you're moving through there, but they still should be flushed. Maybe don't have to be once a month, once a week, but once a month, I think, unless you've got real slow flow and you're noticing, bacteria problems with some of your fish or something. I would, if you've never flushed them and you've got bottom drains, I would seriously think about it. And you'll know when you flush something like that, you'll see the mucky water come through. Just to stay on the koi subject. And other stuff, being here in Thailand, I just think, like, a lot of the people that are now watching the channel, and not necessarily the live streams, but they watch the videos and stuff, are out of the UK. Good guys too, good people. And Wes kind of brought them on, and I've been watching a couple of the guys for a while. But man, they would probably be in shit heaven here in, the coldest weather and coldest water temperature that I've seen is probably they're high in the middle of summer. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you don't have that, you don't have that in and out of the seasons to deal with the bad bacteria and bugs and all sorts of crap. You just kind of deal with them all year long. And it is because a lot of people think that, if you've got one little fluke or you've got this or you've got that, oh my God, I've got to just dose the living crap out of my pond. Well, the fish are built to deal with it if you don't ruin their immune system. But sometimes you have to, okay? If you got an infiltration of, you scraped 2 or 3 fish and you found 20, flukes or something like that, yeah, you need to address the problem. But if you're finding, minimal stuff, and, if your fish are flashing and stuff like that and they keep it up, you got a problem. But go on on the mild side, I just watch your fish, and see. Of course, don't let it get out of control. But like here, they're if I can let them or their immune system, stay pretty much intact, uh, you'll have less problems. Put it that way. So I'm showing two people here. Wow. So I just out of the blue, my wife went to had to go back to the doctors today. She went with the oldest. This is her day off, and I just found out that she, I go in the kitchen and she's got this gigantic protein powder, Aaron. I mean, I don't think I can lift it. And I guess she wants to bulk up. She's going to go to become a cop, which isn't on the top of my list, but I'm not going to get involved in that with them. They're the two people that are my mother-in-law's best friends and have watched over Nitnoy and the girls since they were born, and both of them are friends of the family. They're husband and wife, both police officers. And she, I guess maybe she'll get a little help. She tried for that one position in Bangkok, but that was with the Army or one of the services. This is the actual police. And I guess the working for the government and everything is better than the teaching job that she has now is not the government one. So I guess she's getting into that. But I looked at that. I asked my wife, "What the hell is this?" Oh, she wanted to become policeman. So anyway, but if they can help it, those two people are just top-notch people. I don't care what they are. I'm just not big on police. Not saying that one of my best friends growing up on two sides of the spectrum is one is Italian oriented and the other one was at in the courtroom and running security for O.J. Simpson trials. Any trials you saw that were big, and I've mentioned this on that. And I ran across some pictures that I have that he sent to my mom or something of him. Somebody took the picture of him standing there with Judge Ito and blah, blah. They were, I think, when they went back to the scene of the crime, but he was the perfect cop, just absolutely hilarious, but I don't know. Now I don't have to worry about it. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not getting harassed on a daily basis because of the, what I'm wearing, or something, or riding wise. Okay, let's see where we're at on this thing. Okay, it was 1792. Let's see what it went to. Went to 2745. And let's see what, okay, and it's still some of one panels is 1,018 and one string is 1,727. So I imagine now that panel, the first one that comes up is a PV1, and that one is the one that's stronger, and it starts dropping as the day goes on until noon, and then they both jump up because we've got pretty much straight down, the sun straight up in the sky. So that's right there. So instead of 27, I should be at least getting 2,000 each, or so. I should be getting 4,000. So I should be getting almost double, and I'm not getting it. So charging 3 batteries and doing all that, I don't think I'm going to have any trouble whatsoever. But we'll see. And that koi wise too. And then also, just so everybody knows, I don't know if Aaron, you're probably going to be affected by this. Anybody that's here, Justin will. The new, starting the 1st, it's going to be to 200 units, 200 kilowatts, 3 baht a kilowatt. From 200 to 400, 380 something or 90 something. And then anything above 400 is going to be 5 baht a kilowatt. And that might even, once they get into it, that might even tear up as it goes. But as far as I know right now and what I've read, but you don't get charged the 5 just for when you get over it. So if you've got 1,000, the first 200 will be, 3 baht. The second 200 will be 390 or 80 something, and and then the between the 400 and 1,000 will be 5 kilowatt. And let me see, I think I have it. It's like I'm not talking out my behind here. Here it is, a new tiered system. AI is pulling it up. Okay. It says Thailand's progressive electric system reduces bills for households by implementing a tiered structure where the first 200 units are at 3 baht a kilowatt, and that covers about 90% of households. And then what it's saying here, level 1, 0 to 2, 3 baht from the 395. Because I saw the guru, he just did a video saying that people, that normally get 200 or 300 baht a month, we're getting 500 baht, which doubled, which is, detrimental to the Thai people. That's a lot of money. So basically the 395, which I usually figured four baht a kilowatt, will go down to 3 baht. So that should make them at least semi happy. 201 to 400 is 395. And then it's saying level 3, 401 plus will be 5 kilowatt for the highest usage group. So I've read a couple of places that might go higher than that. And that's why I originally talked to people. I know I haven't really talked in depth to Aaron about it, but he had mentioned he wanted to get solar. Not necessarily for outages and shit suck, which I don't have. Kenny doesn't have with his system now. 25 to 3,000 baht if you're spending, if you're 2 people and maybe a kid, or 2 people that just like air conditioning, you'll have 0 with a 6.2 kW system with 10 panels and couple 3 batteries, maybe one 314 would probably be fine. And that might cost you, if you pay somebody to put it in, whatever, it might cost you 150,000. And so if you have the money, but again, they raised it from basically from to 5 baht. That might double. Now you're talking about if you were at 2 or 3, you're at 7,000 baht. It could and it could very well happen. So I feel content. Like I said, I know Justin, I don't know what your bills are, but if you wouldn't mind sharing what I think you're paying pretty much 0 on yours, right? But it's just you and the significant other, and I think you guys watch it a lot closer. I got my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. Up until day before yesterday, I had both the kids here. Sim stay here all the time, and then me and my wife. So we could have 3 to 4 air conditioners running. 3 air conditioners probably at nighttime, and 3 to 4 during the day. But like I said, if I had 3 batteries, for me would be ideal, because I'm a heavy user. You're totally off the grid, yeah, and that's what I want to be in Ubon, because I don't know if you know the whole story or if you heard me say it before. They wanted me to pay them 300,000 baht because the electricity that they said I'm paying double what I pay here in Surin per kW, and I don't even know how to go into explaining it, but it's because of the shitty electricity. 170 volts coming in. I run one air conditioner. If I turn on a fan, the fan, I mean, it sucks. So I said, hell with that. I'll spend 200, which I've spent so far, but it's not complete. I still need 4 more panels. I've got 16 panels, and I still need that 100 amp hour battery would probably be okay. It's not going to be okay with me and the wife and the in-laws and the kids go there for 4 or 5 days. It's not going to keep up, but we don't do that very often. Yeah, and like I said, if you're in that, and I don't know, what were your bills before? I'm going to guess 2,000, 2,500, Justin. That sounds, because I think Kenny has his on because he didn't upsize. We had talked about it originally, and I ended up taking my 6.2 out of there and bringing it to Ubon. So I've got 2 separate 6.2 systems there. and I put a 10 kW here, because what people kind of forget when they're trying to size something is that you if you get yourself a a 5 kW heater on your shower, and and your pump comes on, it's going to shut the system down. It's going to overload it. So on the 10, I've got 2 MPPT controllers in it, and it'll handle it. And Kenny might do that one day. They aren't that expensive, and it would be a 20-minute change out to take his 6.2 down and put the 10 up and plug all the wires back in. But I think I paid like 12,000 baht. I think I paid like 350, 400 bucks or something for it. 2 to 3,000. That sounds about right. See, mine was 14,000 originally before I put in any solar. So I'm going to say if I could keep mine most of the year, I think I'm going to be close to goose eggs during the sunny time of the year. The other stuff, like what we're coming into rainy season, so I don't care if my bill's 2,000 baht. I'm totally fine with that. We'll have to see how it does after we get the panels moved and the system is working good. And I'll be able to know, if my batteries don't last through the night and stuff like that, I'll know that, if I had another battery, it would save me that if I get a bill for 2,000, 2 or 3,000 baht, then I'll decide on whether to get, which I will get, a third battery. But what I was saying, to get back towards the koi fish, I don't have outages. If the power goes down and my batteries are charged in the afternoon, I've got hours upon hours upon hours of running one air conditioner. My problem is, and I've got to try to figure out, is I don't know when my power goes out. If I'm not sitting there and watching and see a little flicker in the lights, how would I know? I wouldn't know unless I go into the program and look at and see that, I've got 0 sitting on the grid as far as for power, not what I'm using watts or anything, but that there's no 240 volts there, then I know there's a problem. But I might not do that. But because of that, make sure that the refrigerator, is on, and, the one air conditioner in the living room, and, and try to get it as long as I can. But to get back to the original deal is my pond's still running, so makes it nice. And my air pumps are back up their battery, their lithium phosphate iron or iron phosphate batteries in my actual air pump, and they'll run about 2 or 3 hours, I think, after the power goes out. So on another note, I drove past a motorcycle shop, Honda V-twins out front. I thought maybe worthwhile scoping it out too. Yeah, for sure. Send me a pin drop or an address or something, because that's not that far from me, right? I took it apart. It's sitting there. It wasn't put back correctly. All I did was pull the one that's in there is still the Chinese carburetor. I pulled the bowl off of the one bowl off of the Japanese stock original carburetor. It's got way too small a jets in it. So I've got to order. I ordered the carburetor rebuilding kit. I've got to order the jets. I'm going to have to order those off eBay. They don't sell them for some reason, or I can't find the exact ones, and I don't want to get the wrong ones on Lazada. So I'm going to order them off eBay. It might cost me 30, 40 bucks or something, and get the right ones and put what they're suggesting, a 45, and then I think a 115 and a 120 on the jets, and get that in. But I took it off, and it wasn't that big a deal, I mean, it's effed up, man. I look at that and I go, God, Honda, what the shit, man? Why couldn't you, have engineered something just a little bit better? It's not like you didn't have, Harley Davidson to look at. And then they make the 600s with single carburetors, and dual carburetors. But I guess once you get them dialed in, they're supposed to be great. But again, on the other hand, I heard that if you don't ride them 3 times a week, you're going to have problems. So I don't know, and I don't know if I'm going to ride it that much. But do they have them for sale too, or are they working on them, Justin? On the main highway. Okay, cool. I'm going to be going there soon. In fact, I'll let you know because maybe we can meet up and have a burger or something I shouldn't be eating. And I have no idea what I weigh nowadays, but I think I'm still losing weight. I don't know. Last time, what was I at? 106. So I feel like I'm lighter than that now. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll get together maybe if possible, and tip a soda pop and a and a hamburger. I'll drink a beer. All right. Well, when I get closer to knowing when I'm going there, I'll definitely get in touch with you and find out about that. And maybe if you can find out the name, then maybe if they semi speak English, or I can get my wife to call them and at least find out, can you work on a Shadow 750, a 98? But it didn't want to fire for me either. I tried I know the fuel pump's working because I cut off a Coke can or a Coke bottle and filled it up with gasoline and shoved the part that I took off the petcock, the gas line, in there, and it sucked the gas right. I could see the filter there. It went right in the filter. It went into the carburetors. Now, are the floats set correctly? I don't have a clue. But it wasn't firing. And now I just found I need a thin sidewalled 16 millimeter for the spark plugs. It's got 4 plugs in it. I don't even know where the other 2 are. I think they're in the top of the head. They look like they'll probably be a nightmare to get to. But anyway, so I could have some kind of a problem with spark. I even tried dripping some gas down into the carburetor and it still didn't pop. And I had it started twice. So I don't know if it's an intermittent problem, if it's something to do with the charging system or to give me spark. I don't know. But I would just as soon have somebody that knows what the hell they're doing so I can give it to them and say, okay, and then just have them shoot back to me, okay, it's going to be 10,000 baht and we're going to do this, this, and this, and feel confident. I got no problem with paying for it. No, I haven't ordered the seafoam. But like I said, man, it was weird because I couldn't even get it to pop. And I don't have any quick start, but you can barely get some gas down into the carburetors and open up the slides. But the slides weren't working correctly either because when he put it back on, one of the tubes that go to, it's got a vacuum assist type deal. It's weird. It was a bizarre carburetor and nothing that I'm used to. It was off, one of them. So I don't know. I couldn't get it to run again. And I haven't screwed with it since. I only did one the other morning, day before yesterday, for just maybe an hour and a half to pull the tank and pull the covers and get everything down and take a look at it and pull the bowls on the other carburetor. And then I'll just, if I got someone like that, I'll just bring the carburetor, give them the Japanese. I prefer them to rebuild. If I get a hold of them and they say they can rebuild the carburetor, so I got the rebuilding kit, I'll give you the rebuilding kit. You get the jet it the way it should be, and get the thing running for me. I would be. The problem is going to be getting it there. I'm going to either have somebody help me get it in the back of my truck, or somehow pay somebody to take it from here to Ubon. But again, whatever it is, man. Let's see. I only show one person in here now. No, I don't know, man. Like I said, I poured some gas directly into the throat of the carburetor. So I should have got a pop or something, even just a nothing, nothing. And so again, I couldn't pull the plug and I couldn't check spark, and could be an intermittent problem now. I don't know, but I want somebody like that can go through the whole thing. Because even if they say, okay, yeah, it's running perfect, go through the whole mother effer and make sure that it's running good. Because I'm going to ride it, man. And I still want to get a bobber, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to pay for some dental work and stuff for me and for my wife. So, and her stuff's bordering on $100,000. So that kind of throws off my. But I might even get a 400. You can pick up. I've seen 400s for 40 instead of 140. Are they going to need work? Probably, but as long as it's cosmetic stuff, like a lot of these guys are putting Sportster tanks in with no tunnel, so you got this freaking center bone going up the middle, and the thing sitting on top. It's above your head. It looks like shit, but easy enough to fix. Buy another Sportster tank and put it on there and have it painted, and something that I could screw with as long as it runs good. So I might do that. Yeah, like I said, they're probably plugged anyway. Okay. But me pouring it in there makes me think if I had spark, it should have popped. It's got compression. There's no doubt about that. So the 3 deals, man. So I'm going to say spark's intermittent somehow. Don't know why. Maybe a problem. They probably would. It's not something that I, would fix that I would know about because I don't know nothing about the Hondas. All I know is it does run good, and the 750 has plenty of power. But I looked at the size between the 6 and the 7s and the 4. It's minimal. They're a little bit smaller. Am I still going to look like a big giant bastard on one? Yeah, but I don't care. I like the little bobbers. But the 600 is what I'd rather have. But due to my money restraints, I might end up with a 400 just to screw around with. Might sell it down the road, but at least it'll be something to put around town in or something. Single carburetor. Both the 600s, all the 600s that I've looked at, and the 400s have single carburetors. And it might be something that maybe it can be screwed with and modified and get some horsepower out of it. Yeah, as soon as I get the plug out, I'll know exactly what it's doing, and I can almost guarantee it's running. It's lean. I would guarantee it. But yeah, and I just found when I was out putting the new doggle in the solar system, there was an old big chest of tools that I bought, and it's got a thin wall 16 in it, deep socket. So when I go out there after this, I've got to do some stuff out there anyway. I don't know if you noticed, I've got all the stuff gone here. I actually sat in there, and it still doesn't work on my iRacing, so I've got to take the computer in, and I get that dill. Anybody that's a computer person that can tell me what they tried to help me, and they were actually pretty awesome. And I'm talking about the iRacing. They answered my emails. They said, here, do this, take a screenshot, do this, and this, and then take a screenshot, and then restart, and then do this, and then delete this, and then I even went as far as deleting everything off of my computer and reloading Windows and everything on it. But it's only been on this one. It stopped working when it got switched over to Windows 11. What was I gonna do? What was I looking at? Oh, the screenshot. Okay, it says, where is? Oh, okay. It says, and this is what it said ever since. Ever since. No, that's not the one. Here it is. So anyway, it says, this code execution, EXECUTION, cannot proceed because resample demo.dill DLL was not found. Reinstalling the program may fix the problem. I tried everything. I couldn't get it, but so what I'm going to do is it's a tower on the other side of that. I'm just going to unplug everything, show them this, and say fix this at the computer place, because I'm challenged at anything that's tech. Yeah, I did. I still have a little bit of stuff right here, and right here there's water underneath that. That's just one black deal, and I've got 3 or 4 boxes that still need to go out to the garage over there. And then I've got to redo these shelves, and I got to put some stuff. I'm going to put some koi stuff on there actually, and then get in here and redo this. So down here, I think I've got another microscope and some other stuff. But yeah, no, I had them replaced. I paid for them, and he showed me old ones. Same guy that did the Dunlops and the radiator and all that when I originally got the bike. So they have been changed, but don't know. But at least Jason's been amazing, man. Everything that he's taken me, the stuff that I have in my refrigerator, the gummy candies, he helped me out with that. And I've been taking them every day, just a little bit in the afternoon. I haven't tried it at night yet. I got to try it at night and see if it puts me to sleep. But yeah. So anyway, to get back to the original thing, in case somebody's actually go, what is this guy? That's a Koi channel. What's he talking about solar and shit for? Not because it's my channel, I can do what I want. But it's just kidding. If you're living here in Thailand, I would seriously think, if it's you and your wife or you and your significant other and maybe you're one or two of her kids or whatever the case may be, if your bill is 25 to 3, like Kenny's was, like Justin's was, mine was way up there. I think it for a 6.2 system, and if you're halfway handy like Kenny, you can put it in for cheaper, but just to hire somebody. Actually, if I just had one 6.2 system and I could sit down and of one type, I would figure out the programming. I think I would be okay. And I still might have to do that on the other one. I've been messing with it a little bit. The Lux Power is a little bit more intense. I mean, there's so many different parameters and shit. The Power Misters are more on the easy side, and they're so easy to put it. They're plug and play. Battery, boom, boom. Solar panels, boom, boom. They're all in a string, man. Power in 240, power out 240, and then you either bring it to your panel or you bring it to a box that you're going to use, whatever the case may be, and that's pretty much it. They're pretty simple now with these all-in-one inverters. Like I said, is it going to pay for itself? It's going to pay for itself. There's no doubt. Especially if you've got zero bill. What would that be? I don't even know. Let's just say they're going to last 15 years, 20 years, probably. Maybe the inverters, I think, are 10 and the panels are 25, and stuff like that. But, even just thinking, let's say you spend $1.50 on it, divided by, let's say 3,000 you save each month, 50 months. Divided by 12, 4 years, on a payback. And that's if the electricity doesn't go up. If the electricity doubles, it'll pay itself off in 2 years, so that's my biggest concern, because here we are as foreigners, actually, we're out in the middle of some country that they can do whatever they want. The government owns the electric company. If they want to charge 10 baht a kilowatt, they can charge 10 baht a kilowatt. It's not like you can go, oh, well, I'm not going to buy it from you. I'm going to buy it from Bill down the street. Bill's Electric. There's no Bill's Electric. So, and it's not saying anything bad about Thailand, because the frickin' United States, they're monopolized too. When I was up on the hill and had PG&E above Bass Lake, I couldn't get any other electricity. Well, that to me is a monopoly. You're not supposed to have those in the United States. Well, it's a monopoly. If I can only get whatever I'm trying to get from one person, that's enough in monopoly, and they just screwed the living shit out of me. But anyway, on a tangent. So if you're here, and even in this, the stuff that the government is putting out and stuff like that, they're suggesting that you look into solar if you're a heavy user. So they're not planning on helping. They're helping the Thai people, which is good. Okay. But they're not looking down the future of electricity getting cheaper. They're looking at it getting more expensive. and they want you to hang around because you're good for the economy, So I don't know. It's something that I think, and you can even, to get a 6.5 or 6.2 kW system completely installed with a battery that's probably not big enough but close and all that, you're probably 200, and you pay somebody and they're done. I know a system like mine is going to be up towards 400. So it depends on how mechanically inclined you are, or how many friends you have, or your significant other. There's one of your relatives an electrician, and you can pretty much orchestrate a small system like that yourself. All you got to do is watch Kenny's video on putting in one of those power. You can get everything from Lasada, and then find a local source for panels and stuff like that, and you can do it cheaply. Let's see. What does it say? NGK recommended plug gap, 18 millimeter. 23-inch flexible fuel line, pushes over the spark plug. Yeah, but you know what? I have an 18 and it doesn't fit. So I don't know what's in there, and maybe they're a different plug. But the one I pulled up from the almighty Google said 16 millimeter thin walled deep socket, or spark plug wrench, or spark plug socket. But it's so close, and like I said, it kind of aggravates me a little bit because the bike runs so well. It's strong. Like I said, I didn't feel like it's 45 cubic inches, and it was plenty and some, and it was fun to ride. And it wasn't really, as far as vibrations and stuff, of course, I didn't really ride it long enough, but it felt fine for, an hour ride. And I don't ride more than 45 minutes or an hour before I stop, get a cold wipe from 7 and a bottle of water, and try to keep myself from getting dehydrated and riding down the road. But yeah, I don't know. But you can barely see my beard with this. I don't wear white shirts. I don't know why I grabbed this one out of there. Said I'm going to wear this. But never says standard spark plug sockets extension might be too thick. Toolkits, yeah, and the 1998 original toolkit, I think, is gone. But I don't know. I'm going to screw with it a little bit more. I'll probably pull a plug. Include the toolkit with the I wish. I've got some old ones. That 350 Honda, that CB 69 that I bought, that I gave to my friend. That was the bikes that we had when we were 15. It had a toolkit, the one that I bought just 8 years ago. A lot of that stuff is, some of that stuff is hard to find, the older stuff. People just didn't keep them, or they, threw them away, or said these are junk, whatever. But they didn't keep them long. But to get back on, to Koi stuff. But I don't know. Like I said, I think that the solar stuff has a lot to be said for raising or keeping fish, or keeping anything that needs to be, stuff's supposed to run 24/7, So is it okay if it stops for a few? Yeah, it's okay, but it just is. It's nice peace of mind to have that you don't have to worry about it. A lot of people that I see here in Thailand, they show all their fish dead laying on the side of the pond. It's really sad. And they say the power went out and they didn't get enough oxygen. I don't know, man. Did you test your water? Did you find something else? Could it be? Yeah. They make oxygen test kits. Test the water. And see what the oxygen is. Don't just do it because you might have a major problem, and you're going to experience it again if you haven't figured it out right the first time. Look on and see if I can find a what? Oh, for you. See if I can find one for you. Okay. Find one what? Sorry, Aaron. Oh, a toolkit. Okay. All right. I'm a little slow this morning. I've been sleeping pretty good. I'm still taking the. In fact, I didn't. I need to take it. Maybe I'll take it right now. The I went through my first bottle of the vitamins, the B's. This one, and this is hopefully trying to. Have I noticed? I've noticed some in the neuropathy. I've noticed some in being regular. If you're old and you know what that means, and um, sleeping, kind of odd. I mean, it's not hurting anything. And what you're supposed to do is supposed to take a dropper and a half, and every time I squeeze this thing, you put it under your tongue, it comes up with half a dropper or so. So I take 3 of those. It tastes good. And leave it there for 60 seconds. Just kind of let it sit there. But I still haven't done the methylene blue. And he said no. He said okay on the THC or the cannabis stuff. In fact, maybe I might chew a little piece right now. We'll have to see. But anyway, so again, if you're raising fish in Thailand, it is a lot. You still got to watch the water, watch your fish. You still got to know, and you know they're not gonna live in sewage, and they're not the easiest. Absolute, nothing to do, and you just throw them in a pond and they'll be just fine. No, but you're really taking a lot of stuff off the table and out of the picture by being in a country that is pretty much 85 to 95 degrees year round. The water never gets cold enough to stop feeding. Maybe sometimes you might have to go to a different kind of food instead of a heavy a heavy food. Go to a wheat germ or something. But I just mix it. I mix a good color and all that stuff now. The 2 that I've tried, they seem to be good, and I get a pretty good price off of Lasada. I actually pay what I used to pay. I pay for a month. I get 2 months worth of 2 months worth of food out of it. So let's see. Anyway, still got 2 people here that probably aren't Justin. I thought maybe Wes would jump in, but he must not have got notified, or he's actually doing something and has a life besides what I have. But I will, if you could, like I said, Justin, find out the name of the place. Maybe the next time you drive by there or whatever, take a picture of their phone number or something, or whatever, and I'll try to call them, see if they speak English. If not, I'll have my wife. Hey, baby, because she gets squirrely when I ask her to talk to somebody, so I have to make it simple. Do you work on 1998 Shadow 750 carburetor problems? And see if they say yes or no. And can you come get it? I'm in Surin, or I'll just send it to them, and then I can drive it back. So it's only one way. I can't see it being from here to Ubon 2,500. Maybe 3,000 baht. So maybe 36, 90 bucks, 75, 80 bucks, something. Or get somebody to low bill. I don't want to be screwing with it. I'd rather just have somebody take it there. And we'll see. But if you could, Justin, that would be awesome. Let's see what my solar's doing now, because we're in the realm. I've been on for an hour. Imagine that. What time is it? Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock. So this should be different now. It was 1,727 on PV2, and PV1 was 1,018 for a total of 2,745. And now could go up and down because it's overcast. Okay, now They're both pretty close to even. So it's overcast. The PV2 came down from 1,700 to 1,052, and PV1 went up to 1,187, so almost 1,200. Still about the same, 22 total, 22,000 or 22,200 watts, 17. So it'll get some that I've seen so bad as, like I said, one of them at 1890, 2,000 watts, 2,500 watts, the other one at like 257, just ridiculous. So I just got to stay on top of them, because if I don't stay on top of the solar man, the 10th will come and go. He'll go, oh, I forgot or something. So I'm going to remind him, I'm going to bug the shit out of him, because the way I look at it is I'm burning money by not moving it. It's going to cost me about 45,000 baht to move it, for the price of a battery to move the damn thing. But I didn't realize it was that bad. He told me that, a little bit of shadowing, we don't have a choice, Okay, well, I didn't realize it was shadowing half the wattage. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, it really mine. So basically, and the batteries never get charged. Yesterday we had a pretty good day, and it was a day that he redid the firmware, updated the firmware and everything. And I force charged the battery a little bit, and I got it up to like 92%. But normally during the day, when mother-in-law they're not here either. They went to Bangkok. They're on their way back home now. Shushu, the youngest, had to go back to school. We had the Suzuki here that I paid and put new struts and everything on, and a tune-up and all that to make sure it was taken care of. So Shushu drove back. My mother-in-law, father-in-law went with them. They spent 2 days there, and they left right about now. They're supposed to leave at 10 o'clock, I think, or 10:30. This morning they'll be back. They'll be here for 6 o'clock or something tonight. So they've been gone. But normally it won't charge the battery maybe 35-40% by sundown, and that's gone in like 2 hours. It's depleted. It's only going to go down so much. He has it set, I think, at 15%. I don't know exactly, but I'm going to leave it up to him. He knows what he's doing. He comes highly recommended from Justin, so I'm going to let him do what he wants. No, it's a 750. They made two different ones. They made a VT and another one, pretty much the same thing though. But it's not the 1100. Let me see what. Yeah, and I'm already up to 22 kilowatts. I've already spent today. And that was the battery starting on 92%, one battery. So I'm sure overnight, two batteries probably aren't going to cut it. But if they could keep it down to where I'm paying a couple thousand baht, I'd be happy, saving 6-7 more thousand baht, for now, until I get everything in U-Bahn done. So that's a zero deal. Then my last deal that I'll do, unless U-Bahn is, needs new batteries or more batteries, buy a third 314 for here. Let's see. He sent me a link. Okay. Thanks, brother. Yeah. So, like I said, it might be something if somebody's here and, you planned your retirement decently and you've got no problem in burning 150,000 baht. Peace of mind, no power outages, because I'll tell you what, man, if you've just got to Thailand, it's hot here. And if your power goes out for 3 or 4 hours during the afternoon, you got to go somewhere. Whether you go sit in your truck and turn your air conditioner on, or drive down to a bar that's air conditioner, or a restaurant and sit there for 3 hours. Are they real long? Very rarely. They're usually an hour, 2 hours, 15 minutes, a half hour. But still, it doesn't take long once those air conditioner and everything goes dead still. It doesn't take long to start to sweat profusely. All right. on the Thai Koi channel. I'm going to do, just so you guys know, I'm going to go and put the, as soon as I get done with this, I'm going to put up the link for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I'll be doing the Gotta Love Thailand tomorrow. But if you want to come on, brother, you want me to put the link in here? You want to come on and rap for a little while, or up to you? I'll put it on there, and if you pop in, then and Justin too, if you want to. It's only us, and then I'll turn it off. I'll stop the stream, so nothing will be going out, and we can rap for a little while. It's just us. So, okay, cool. All right, then. Yeah, if you want to come in too, just if you're just kicking back and not doing anything, then I could talk more about the other stuff that I don't have to worry that on. I did that last one I made private. I don't know if you guys noticed that one that we did. I made it private. So all right, I see Aaron's here. All you gotta do is hit that deal anytime you want to, Justin, and you'll pop in, and I think you'll still pop in. All right, I'm going to end the stream. Everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and maybe I got to finish up the koi videos, just in case you know. I got not even 5 minutes to finish the last part of the front. It's done now. Just got to go out there and wrap it up and say good morning, or do my goodbyes and close it out for the last video and that. So we'll do it. All righty, everybody, take it easy.